Hello everybody, Reggie Time here with another quick rangefinder video. This time I'm using the card runners replay because I've had some comments that it's not a good idea to show opponents' screen names when we're doing these things, which I think is a fair comment. So this seems to be the easiest way for me to do these types of things with that minimal fuss of having to hide stats, having to hide screen names, etc. There will be a little blue patch over my actual cards because I don't know how to hide my cards on this particular piece of software, or on this site, we're going to call it what you will. So there will be a little bit of a thing over my cards, that doesn't matter, it's no big deal. And let me know what you think of the hand. If you do like these videos, please do share them with your friends, please share them on your social media or wherever, and hit that thumbs up because I like getting lots of thumbs up and it's just nice little bits of feedback. So without further ado, we'll get into the hand. So cutoff opens to 3x. I elect to make it 10x. I like to make it $1. Big blind calls. I should let it be known that this is on WSOP, 888, call it what you will. And I didn't have stats and I wasn't familiar with either of the players. This is the first session I've played here in a while. And both of these guys were completely new to me and I barely played much of a session. So looking for session stats wouldn't be much use either. So treat both of these guys as complete unknowns. So we 3-bet. We get cold call in the big blind and we elect to check the 5 queen king flop and our opponent checks back. So it's started. We're not going to talk about what do you think my raise looks like pre-flop because it's pretty standard spot. It's a small blind 3-bet versus the cut off. There's nothing too much thought to put into that. And what do you think big blind's cold calling raise looks like? And yeah, we don't know if he's regular, we don't know if he's a fish, we don't know anything about him. So you've got to be thinking more about population reads and specific reads on your opponent here. So what do you think the population is generally cold calling within these spots? Not so much on PokerStars and Party Poker because those games played quite differently to 888 in terms of pre-flop ranges for 3-betting, 4-betting, etc. So think about what kind of ranges you start putting people on for calling the flop, cold calling pre-flop, and then checking back this flop. So then we get onto the turn. Sorry, it went a little bit fast there. The turn, we elect to check again, and our opponent now bets exactly half pot. So again, what band range you put him on for cold calling pre, checking back flop to half potting turn. And now you've got to think about what my range looks like too, or what our range looks like too, because we now elect to check call and say river. The river comes down the 8 of clubs, which is pretty much as big a brick as you can get. We check, and our opponent now elects to go with a slight overbet. He bets $5.10 into $4.60. So again, I guess we're thinking, what does our opponent's range look like here? That's cold call pre, check back flop, half pot turn, slight overbet river. What kind of value hands take this kind of line? What bluffs does he have that take this kind of line? Is he turning a made hand into a bluff at this point? And what does our hand look like too? What does our range look like more to the point? Are we always kind of just on a pure bluff catcher here? Can we sometimes have some slow played big hands be trapping? How often will we have those versus maybe some like weak made hands? That type of thing. I just think it's a good hand to generally think about both players' ranges because it's unusual, not unusual, but it's not a line you see too often where the pre-flop raise, a pre-flop 3-bet checks flop and check calls turn and then faces an overbet on the river. It's not much of an over, but still it's a decent sized bet and it's not a typical spot. So hopefully it gives you guys something to think about. It gave me something to think about when I was playing, and obviously I'm not going to give the result because the result is completely irrelevant. It doesn't matter what either player had. The whole point of these exercises is just to help people start thinking in terms of ranges and going back through the hand, starting pre-flop, what the ranges look like, and then as you get through the streets, hopefully to the river, boiling it down to a much narrower range both for your opponent and if you were the villain in this hand, what our hand looks like too. So you're kind of thinking what both sets of ranges look like, what both pairs of ranges look like. So then hopefully just get you into the habit of thinking more that way. So we'll leave it there. Let me know what you think of the hand. Let me know what you think the ranges look like. And yes, I said, if you've got this far and you've enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up button. Bye bye for now.